The Fury Project began because I needed to explore the voice of women's anger, or my anger as a young woman growing up in the UK, and particularly as a woman of Afro-Caribbean descent, and my experiences here in the UK. And I found it quite difficult to find a language to explore it. We're looking at how we can provide a platform for ourselves and for other women and men to speak about this energy called anger, and this emotion called anger that often gets a really bad rap as just being negative and destructive, and I think if we continue to have that narrative about it, we actually have a poor relationship with it. So this is an opportunity for people to explore their relationship, or a relationship, at least a relationship, with this emotion, with this energy, anger, but by doing it through creativity. And because I think it's such a primal energy, as is creativity, it's a gut energy. So I think when you bring the two together, it's about seeing what we can make happen.
You're so tightly wrapped with just a few small spaces, I will shut them down. The strands are too tight, I can't breathe, I can't get out, let me see the sky. Poor souls at breakfast, each struggling so earnestly with binds that they made.
The amazing thing that we're doing today is the Fury Project, and we're looking at bonding as women, speaking about stories of anger and binding. And binding is the using fabric, transforming fabric from flat two-dimensional piece of thing that's really easy to rip into something really beautiful and solid. And it's all a metaphor for transforming our anger into something constructive and powerful and amazingly creative. So the Fury Project itself has evolved through a lot of different avenues to explore this emotion that is often denied us. So I wanted to be able to help women. So by sitting together, by speaking about our life stories, by sharing stories of how we've overcome anger, or how anger has been good for us in terms of being able to express it, or how it's propelled us into new existences in our life. And it's been really great watching the ladies engage with the fabric and getting to the binding action. And so yeah, it's been great.
I found creativity in writing, but for some reason I'd kind of got a bit into a rut. I was letting my feelings, but not the right feelings, come out in my writing. And by what we've been doing now, I've been able to expand my thoughts and move on to think about things differently. I've really enjoyed the slides at the beginning because so many of those things, I could pick out things in my life and I could relate to, but probably relate to the people around me. And it was nice. It was like a comfort blanket really today. And I found it extremely therapeutic today.
Today we've been working with Zena Edwards, and she's brought us the skill of binding using fabric and thread. So it's the simplest thing, anyone can do it, but it's so good for your mental health. We've all been doing it today, which have got love and stories and pain woven into them, and they're just organic. They've taken on their own life.
Space and light, small breaks in the wall. I see salvation, ways for them both to break free.
I've been brought onto this project as a deviser, and previously I was there doing movement as well. And I was actually interested in writing a piece or start of a one-woman show, actually looking at dealing with my own anger. And I literally wrote an email to Zena and I said, I want to write something about anger. Can you tell me your experiences so far? And she's like, well, Sherelle, I've been doing this. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's where I'm at the moment. And she's like, right, let's meet up and talk.
I've known Zena for, I don't know, maybe 10 years or something, but how I've got involved in the Fury Project is she was already on this journey, and earlier this year approached me saying that she's been working with poets, but they'd sort of run out of ideas of how to verbally talk about anger and fury, and they'd realised that actually what they need now is some movement. So she wanted to work with some dancers, so she approached me.
I've done it before, so I don't even need to fight it. I don't even need to be angry because I've experienced every single step.
Writing things down. That's really interesting. With that submission, is it submitting or contempt?
Yeah, is there? It's not necessarily. Is it submission? Is there strength in submission? Do you?
Sitting and listening to people's stories, and being like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Oh yeah, of course, and drawing the connections to my own personal experience or someone else's experience, to hearing another anger story and connecting those two. I mean, we did it upstairs just now, connecting, you know, as women, us here in the West, and you know, women who are in war-torn countries and they have to literally start their whole lives again, and what they're having to experience to, you know, well off us, you know, and drawing the similarities and asking the questions. And from asking the questions, it means that we're allowing possibilities. It means that we can move forward.
But actually, the actual process, I have to say, has been really, really nice. I think it's this binding thing that's going on allows us to just talk about what the fury, talk about anger, talk about stories. It gives us moments of individual contemplation, which is really nice, but we've also really been able to make each other laugh, and the conversations sometimes have gone way off at a different angle, but I think it's all part of just, we feel like we've really gotten to know each other even more because we're just spending time working together. So it's been really, really brilliant, actually.